we turn to conservative political writer Stephen Kent here in Washington. Stephen, first of all, great having you. Second, I'd like to get a sense for international audiences of the importance and relevance of Kirk.
Well, Charlie Kirk built a conservative youth revolution in this country between today and at least 2015. When I entered the workforce out of college, there were numerous college organizations that you could join. There was College Republicans, there was Generation Opportunity, there was a couple other oddball ones like a Libertarian Club, and then there was this new thing called Turning Point USA. And I joined Generation Opportunity. It was a little bit more milquetoast than TPUSA was, and they were completely dominating campuses. You didn't go to college Republican meetings. If you're a college Democrat, you go to the Democratic meetings. But if you were a young conservative, you didn't go there. You went to TPUSA. They had fun. They showed you a good time. They actually talked about conservatism and how to fight back against the left, not just play nice. And they were masters of sloganeering, and they still are. Socialism sucks. That's something that they brought forward, and it's emblazoned on T-shirts and hats all across college campuses in this country. And if you are underneath the age of 35 and interested in politics and you're on the right, you know who Charlie Kirk is.
And what is the significance of this attack? How do you decode it?
I mean, I'm devastated. I didn't expect that this would hit me that hard. I mean, it is completely unexpected, but at the same time, political violence in this country is spiraling. We have seen, I suppose one of the most inciting events in recent history was the congressional baseball shooting that happened many years ago when a gentleman opened fire on the Republican baseball team, nearly killing Steve Scalise, wounding several other Republican members. Since then, we've had multiple assassination attempts on Donald Trump. There was an incident involving the Pelosi's at their home. There have been attacks on governors in this country.
Yep.
Politics is getting very heated, and it is always an eye for an eye. But what is happening with Charlie Kirk is, I think, a little bit different. It is very much a response to claims that the American left make about speech, that speech is harmful, that conservative ideas cause harm and are violent in nature. When I was growing up, coming up in college conservative circles, it's a Tuesday. It's a day that ends in Y if someone calls you a Nazi or a fascist, and you simply just believe that taxes should be lower and that marriage is between a man and a woman. These things are not equivalent, but this is the way that discourse works in this country. And one day, we see that people are actually willing to act on that. And if you call somebody evil enough, if you call somebody a fascist enough, then somebody out there is going to actually do something about it. And that's what happened today, and I'm incredibly angry about it.
Stephen, is anybody in public life safe?
Well, nobody's safe. I mean, that is, I think, always been true, but this moment right now, the temperature is boiling so hot, and it is going to continue to go up. I'm really scared for what comes after this. I mean, it's not that the anger about Charlie Kirk's assassination is going to radicalize young conservatives, but he was in many ways a bulwark. On the left and the right, there are extremes. And Charlie Kirk existed as a bulwark between people who were moving to the right and going off way into fringe territory, just like you can go off into fringe communist territory on the left and get involved with Antifa. And I worry about what these young people do who idolize and worship Charlie Kirk and admire him for his courage, where they go with their anger, where they go with their hatred about this. And they should be angry. But there's no right answers here about what's going to happen with political violence and culture in this country.
Stephen Kent, thank you for your time and insights. Appreciate it.